What's in a name? Part two. I'm Mike Steger. I'm a trademark and copyright attorney. In my last video, I discussed whether or not you would be able to use your own name as your brand name and whether you could actually use it as a trademark to identify your services, possibly your goods, but really, when you're talking about your own name, we're talking about services. Today, I'm going to talk about related issue is whether you can get a trademark registration for your name to protect its use in conjunction with your services. So there are two related concepts here. One is whether you can use the name and you're not infringing on someone else. That tends to be a big, imagine this is a circle. I don't really have a good prop today. That universe tends to be fairly big that you can actually use it. The universe of whether you can get a trademark registration for that name, in this case, your own name, that's going to be much smaller. So just because you can't get a registration for it doesn't mean you can't use it. It just means you're not going to get these same protections that you would get if you got a registration. So you have your name. You want to get a trademark registration for it. You apply. Are you going to be able to get one? It depends, and it's going to depend on the same factors that would govern any other trademark registration, including whether you're actually using it as a trademark, whether it's descriptive of the services that you're providing, but especially in the case of a name, whether it's confusingly similar to an existing registration. So that's often going to depend on how common your name is. So if your name is Joe Smith and you want to register Joe Smith Law Firm, there's a chance that someone else already has a registration for that. You'd still be able to use the name, you just couldn't get a registration. But if we go back to our example from the last video, if your name is Bern Blanston, then it is more likely you're going to be able to get that, because in my experience, that's not really a common name. So one question you always want to ask, especially in the case of your name, is what's the value going to be for getting a trademark registration? Are people going to confuse you with someone else? How big is your business and where does your business operate? Those tend to be business considerations, not so much legal considerations. And those are things you want to take into account before you decide how you want to protect your brand name. I'm Mike Steger. I'm a trademark and copyright attorney. If you're looking to protect your own name, give me a call.